Academy, you don't die. You just lose a whole lot of health.
That's true. I don't know. Lightning though. Lightning just seems the rapist to me.
Just think back to episode 2 when freaking Anakin and Obi-Wan are about to take on Darth Tyrannus.
Yep.
It's like, no, I'm taking him now, and Darth freaking Tyrannus just lights his shit up. Throws him across the room with lightning, so it's a combination of force push, levitation, and lightning, which is really awesome. I enjoyed that thoroughly.
I picture your lightning would be red, like the drain.
Probably.
Except it's lightning and rape.
Or dark purple. Undertaker inspired.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Could definitely see that.
Let's start off with who's everyone's favorite Jedi.
Jedi?
That's the obvious one.
Are we just doing like movies or just everything Star Wars?
Let's start with movies.
Okay.
And then you can move on into your comics and things of that nature and video games.
Oh, for movies, just because he's the most badass, Mace Windu.
You mean Samuel L. Jackson?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Samuel L.
Because in
Jackson.
every movie he plays Samuel L. Jackson.
I've had it with these motherfucking Sith.
On this motherfucking Tatooine.
I'd say my favorite would probably be Anakin, just because he's freaking crazy on the inside.
We know how you like crazy, so...
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Yoda, just because what he did on episode 2 was the rape.
OG.
You just see him come out
Yeah,
pull
I'm
out his
gonna say
lightsaber
Yoda also.
and just fuck up people.
You don't see a lot of 800. You don't see a lot of 800-year-olds, period. But you don't see a lot of 800-year-olds go out there and kick someone's ass.
Like a turtle can live to be 800, maybe. Come on, like. Yep, an 8-year-old.
Next question.
800-year-old person. Just why not?
Who was the best out in the movies? Who was the best swordsman? The use of a lightsaber.
Darth Maul.
Yeah.
For show. Like.
Yeah, that's what I'd say too.
For show, Darth Maul.
He was impressive, but I'm gonna go Count Dooku on this.
He did take on both Obi-Wan and Anakin at the same time, twice.
But then Yoda whooped his ass. So
Well,
Yoda would be
if
better.
Yoda would have been there, he would have destroyed Darth Maul, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But,
True.
but let's see here. Darth Maul, yes, he had a dual-bladed lightsaber. I'd call that an advantage. But Darth Tyrannus did it with one blade.
But it's also harder to use without like cutting yourself in half because there's like so many ways you can like hold the lightsaber without killing yourself.
He died, so. In the other
Well,
movie.
so did Tyrannus.
He died in the next
He got his
movie,
ass whooped by the guy who said he kicked his ass the first time.
but that was different.
Oh.
General Grievous was pretty cool too with the 4 lightsabers.
They made him way too much of a pansy in the
I
movie.
was gonna say, too bad he
Yeah.
sucked. Like,
He was a beast in the cartoons, like when you first saw him.
Dude, he
but,
really was.
Mace Windu fucked him up in the cartoon.
Yeah. He's like getting away. He's like turning around to like taunt him, and he's like, "Oh, crush your chest! Oh God!"
All I remember is Mace Windu just, boom. He's like, ah, ah. And then in the movie, he's all sick and old, coughing every. I thought he was a machine. Apparently, he's a species, and I don't
No,
want to go to
he's
that
like-
planet.
He's a cyborg, like, but with very few like actual living parts left.
Well, Mace Windu crushed something.
Because yeah, like at the end of episode 3, when like Obi-Wan's fighting him, the reason he kills him by shooting him in the chest, because that's like where all of his organs were still like contained, was in his chest. So he just like shot him and lit him all on fire.
Like, here,
It's like, oh, thanks
enjoy.
for setting my everything on fire.
Interesting.
Setting my everything on fire.
What I don't understand is like he shot him in the chest, and then like his eyes basically exploded. Like fire came out of his eye sockets.
yeah.
It's like, how does that happen?
Movies.
Magic.
Movie magic.
What was it I was gonna say? Man, I just lost it. Like it was something cool. Go ahead.
You're a terrible person.
I know. If you have another topic, go ahead. I'll think about it.
Who is the stupidest ass character?
Jar Jar.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't even
end
have to
of
finish
Jar, yeah,
I don't even have to finish that.
Jar Jar.
Jar Jar is the dumbest character
Okay,
I've ever seen
second
in
worst.
anything.
Second worst.
Anakin as a kid.
I'm gonna go with Watto. I hated Watto.
I say C-3PO. That gold bastard.
Yeah, I'd probably say C-3PO. Just 'cause, like, at least the other ones have something smart, like, redeeming about him. He's just annoying.
I don't remember
It's
what
like
it was
Anakin as a
now.
kid, at least he did the pod racing stuff. And so it's like, okay, that's kind of, badass.
Yeah.
But C-3PO just bitches and whines all the time.
Oh yeah,
Oh no, we're in danger again.
Master.
Shut up.
Save us.
the Maker is back. Shut your mouth. Damn it. I wish you would have died.
Maker's gonna backhand you.
Oh man.
What makes him so cool? He gets gold plating.
Gold.
R2D2 should have got gold plating. Platinum.
Gold
Plating.
member.
Oh god.
I was gonna say let's have a huge debate over like what the best Star Wars game is.
I was about to say, like, if no one else has a topic, what is the best Star Wars game? This is gonna be a tough choice.
Well, the ones I've played, I haven't played that many. But the ones I played,
Star Wars Obi-Wan, that's your favorite, right?
fuck you. Okay, I'm gonna take this time to vent my frustrations about Star Wars Obi-Wan.
Get ready, everyone. Here we go. Sit back and relax.
Oh god.
Oh my god, was this game terrible. Whoever really thought, hey, whoever tested this game and really thought, hey, people will love this, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You really gotta be fucking kidding me. That was the worst piece of shit game I've ever played. I played freaking Sydney 2000 Olympic Games or whatever the fuck that was. That freaking sucked too.
Oh god.
I mean, come on. Like, I don't even know. I can't even find the words to how much hatred I had for this game. I played a lot of fucking video games in my life, and I've never played something so freaking shitty. Even on
For those who don't know what this game is, just check out the GameStorm channel. At last year's May the 4th event, we have some highlights from the live stream, and watch Ricky get super pissed playing this game.
it's not even remotely fun. You run around and your lightsaber doesn't even really work against people. It's just
Hold on, I'll add a picture of it to the stream so they'll know. They'll know what we're talking about.
the game is awkward,
It's trash.
slow, and it's just annoying.
Let me find my pictures
Alright.
of the games.
So, for good Star Wars games,
there it is.
whatever, yeah.
Jedi Outcast 2, Jedi Academy. That's probably my favorite. That one that I've played.
Obi-Wan. Look at that shit.
I'm debating on either. I don't know if I would want to say Knights of the Old Republic, Jedi Academy, or Battlefront 2 for my favorite. Like, it's one of those three, but I don't
That's
know.
the exact same for me.
It's like they're all so good for different reasons.
I did like Rogue Squadron.
Yeah. The Rogue Squadron games.
And freaking, what's the pod racing game called? That
Yeah.
shit
episode one.
was sick.
Racing, was it like Racer Revenge or something like that? Or I don't even know.
It was
Yeah, dude, I
cool.
missed that game.
Something like that. It was pretty cool.
I would say probably Knights of the Old Republic, just because it's like the story is good and there's so much you can do in it. Like it's got a lot of replay ability to it.
Yeah.
Like Battlefront is a really good shooter, but once you've played all the maps and if you don't have friends to play with, you kind of lose
True.
some of it. And then
And
Jedi
same with-
Academy is the same way mostly. It's like mainly multiplayer, but
hmm
because Knights of the
Although-
Republic is only single player, there's so much you can do with it. Like,
Yep. Although Jedi Academy, to this day, still has the single best lightsaber combat of any game I've ever played.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Because I actually got that. It's on sale on Steam right now. It's like $3.30 or something. And me and Tyler were trying to get it to where we could play. But apparently, the only ways you can either have a LAN server, you can buy a dedicated server, or you can host a dedicated server from your machine, which means you can't play while you're hosting it. So we're gonna try to set up Hamachi to do a virtual LAN thing later, which will be awesome.
Can just
But, dude,
watch.
I forgot how badass that game was until we started playing around with it today. I was like, dude, I've missed this game so much.
It's so fun.
Can't play. Can
Slaughter and the
just
New Reborns.
watch. What's up with that? New Reborns. What were the other ones like? Just one, which is called Reborn, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like Reborn, New Reborn, Reborn Twin, I think, or something like that. I don't even remember.
What's the point of that? Like,
Oh,
I don't know,
that.
dude.
Like,
when you're playing multiplayer, there's like hella Reborns walking around. New Reborn killed Reborn. Reborn killed Reborn Twin.
and you're like,
Reborn
what?
Twin killed the other Reborn Twin. What the fuck are you talking about? They're all the same guy. Like,
Who did I just
And then-
kill?
Of course, let's not forget one of the most badass things about that game. You could play as Chewbacca and have lightsabers.
yes.
Oh yeah.
You just don't want to fuck with Chewbacca
Like-
with a lightsaber.
Chewbacca with lightsabers is like the most horrific thing you could see coming at you.
Chewbacca.
It's like, and you're just like, well,
Whoops.
wow, wow, wow.
And of course, the multiplayer was really cool. You can have 2 lightsabers or 1 lightsaber. It always shows 2, because 2 is
After
always
I-
better than
yeah.
1.
After I learned how to like play it properly, like the single lightsaber does so much damage.
Nope.
Oh yeah, with the
You just
slow
have to
mode.
play. Yeah, you just have to play so smart and patient. Because if you get like let them get close to you with dual sabers, you'll just get your day fucked up.
See, that's why
But-
I like dual sabers. You guys go in there and slice and dice. I don't need any strategy. I don't need any skill. All I need to do is go
Pretty
in
much
there
button
and
mash.
work. That's what we call that. We do.
So
work.
I'm surprised you didn't like using the double bladed saber then, because that one's like just the same, but it has the most ridiculous attack ever. If you do like the jump forward attack,
Mm.
like what was that called, the butterfly
Yep,
or
the
whatever,
butterfly.
Yeah.
where it just like
It's like, womp, womp,
ruined
womp,
your
womp,
life
womp,
if
womp.
it hit you.
I just like that move where it hit, when you're using dual, where like you like kneel down and the force like controls the lightsabers around you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And then if you have the sensitivity super high and you just keep spinning, it hits him like 50,000 times.
Yeah, you spin around super fast.
Get
It's like, oh, you're cheating.
Like, oh god. Why? Why me?
Alright.
My health. It's all gone.
They need to make another Star Wars game with that kind of lightsaber combat. I would play the shit out of that, dude.
I wonder what the new Battlefront's gonna be like.
I hope amazing, because like, have they had any footage of it since the new studio picked it up?
Not that I know of.
Because I remember seeing like the leaked footage from what was the studio that was working on it before? I don't remember, but whoever that was, like, I remember seeing leaked footage of it, and it was amazing because it was like, because you remember in Battlefront 1 you had the ships and it was nothing but like the ground levels and you could fly around in them.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
Battlefront 2 they added the space combat and took the ships out of the ground levels.
Yeah, you can go from one to the
Yeah.
other.
3, yeah, you could go from ground battle up to space battle all in the same like game. It's like, oh well, just take my money, make
Isn't
this
that
happen.
awesome? Like, just take a ship, and then you're like, oh, you can be like fighting, like, you know, AT-ATs or something like that, and then you're just like, oh, what's going on up there? My friends need help. Just fly up to the space station and help them. Like, what?
Interesting.
Plus the maps just looked way
You
bigger
leave
because
all
of
your allies
that.
on the ground and get slaughtered. That's nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
stupid.
Plus,
Sorry.
it looked awesome just because the maps would have been like way bigger, so you could have had like huge epic battles probably instead of like. I mean, Battlefront 2 had some pretty big battles too, but I don't know. I just feel like they could have had some ridiculous stuff with 3, and hopefully they still will.
I wonder how many, like, computers and stuff they can have that they're gonna have on the map compared to the second game. Like, I wonder if it's gonna be like a crap ton.
Literally.
Yeah, especially
thousands.
because it's going to be 2 console generations later, so it's way better hardware, so they can get way more stuff rendered at once. So
Yes, they
have,
will
like-
return in greater numbers.
Like 500 on each side, like at once.
500 people.
Ridiculous.
You make heads or tails.
they need
or
to have
something
it like if you guys have ever seen it, Planet Side 2. It's FPS MMO that's
Yeah,
basically
talking
just a
about.
constant war going on all the time, and
Mhm.
that would be amazing if you could have that many people. Well, maybe not that many, but some battles of like that scale with Battlefront 3. But that's probably just wishful thinking.
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
doubt
things
that.
are wishful thinking most of the
Yeah.
time when it comes to video games. Oh, I want this. Oh, we didn't put it in there. Sorry.
Like all those years we've wanted those characters for Super Smash Brothers.
Freaking Wii Fit Trainer. Great. Cannot wait.
That was on the top of my list.
I cannot wait. That's the first character I thought of. That would be fan-fucking-tastic.
First time I saw her, I knew I had to have her.
You know?
I had to have it.
I was like, I have to fight as her. There's no other options.
Who is the most underrated Star Wars character?
Underrated. Padme. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I didn't get to answer my favorite Star Wars video game.
Okay.
Well, why don't you?
Okay.
Just butt in whatever,
Well-
dude.
All right. Mine was TIE Fighter on the PC. It's from the
Sucks.
X-Wing series.
Sucks. I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding.
It was awesome. Like you get to be in the Empire and play as just like a fighter pilot, and there was a lot of cool TIE fighters that they didn't ever have in any of the movies or anything. Like some of them were like top secret, had like stealth abilities and stuff. You flew missions against the rebels, and they took like the main guy, like the head guy in the Empire was taken from one of the books that this guy wrote. I can't even remember who it was, but it was a really good series. I read like all three of them. They took place like after Return of the Jedi, and that's where this game took place also. It was really cool.
I wonder how many people are going to be pissed now that they've officially announced that like the new Star Wars movies won't be following like the expanded universe stuff, and so now all of that's like no longer canon.
Oh yeah, I read about that.
So
a lot
many
of people are going to be pissed.
Yeah.
It's going to be a whole new storyline.
Although one thing that I will, and I guess spoilers for anyone who hasn't read the extended stuff, it doesn't really matter anymore because it's not canon. One thing that I did think was always thought was stupid about it and glad they're getting rid of is the fact that Palpatine kept coming back with freaking clones. It's like, really? Make a new villain. Quit bringing back the same guy.
That's stupid.
I hate Palpatine. He's the
Right.
worst.
Like, I saw a picture the other day. It was terrible. It had Han Solo with Zac Efron's face. It had
Oh,
Princess Leia with Vanessa Hudgens, and then Luke was Justin Bieber. And it was like the new Star Wars Episode 7. And it had like the Disney Channel logo like in the bottom, and I was like, I swear to God.
Nerds and super nerds.
I'll see if I can find
A
it.
life will revolt.
Put it on the
If
stream.
that ever happened, I would burn down California
Yo.
The entire state.
and remove it from the Union.
Just separate it and like send it out to sea.
Exactly. It may hit Hawaii, but I'll try and make that not happen. I like Hawaii.
I'll see if
saw-
I can find it.
I saw a picture the other day on Facebook. Someone posted about like their first meeting for the filming, and everybody was like sitting around in this room and talking with J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, I saw that picture, like the first picture of the full new cast or whatever.
Yeah,
And I remember reading somewhere, I think it was Mark Hamill who was saying that everyone that they brought on was doing really good they were just doing like a read through of the script, and he said everyone was really great at it. So it's like, I'm hoping that this will not be a huge like fuck up, because I'm
Right.
so excited that they're making new Star Wars movies, and I want them to be good.
like Carrie Fisher, the person that played Princess Leia, she looks terrible now.
Wow.
So, like, she is really old. I think she had like the stuff injected into her lips. She looks awful.
Well,
Wow.
Thank you.
So yeah, I kind of wonder how that's going to be in the movie. Like,
Yeah,
all
I'm
kinds-
really curious.
All kinds of
Go
magic
ahead.
things that they can work with there. Or they can just replace her.
yeah, but she is going to be in it.
Oh, dies in the first scene.
Whoops.
great.
So I wonder if she's going to be like a full-fledged Jedi in this one.
I don't know. Maybe.
Full-fledged.
Because I know, didn't they like all become Jedis or whatever in the expanded universe? Except for maybe Han. I don't know if he did.
Everyone's
I
a
don't know.
Jedi.
Han doesn't belong. He doesn't need to be a Jedi.
I'm-
He's just fine as a mercenary going
Yeah. I know that like
after doing too much.
I'm sure they're going to have kids.
yeah,
they do
for sure.
have
Because I know
kids.
in the expanded universe, like their kids were Jedi because they had the Skywalker like
Yeah.
Bloodline or whatever. But yeah, I don't think Han ever became one, which is good because I've been kind of pissed. It's like he is not a
Right.
Jedi.
Right.
Oh, there it is. I found the picture.
He is
finally.
Han Solo. He is already badass enough. If you give him a lightsaber, the whole universe is just going to explode.
You guys are gonna love this when you get to see it.
It's gonna be terrible.
So hold on.
It's going to make Ricky want to kill something.
I've already.
He's
seen
already
it.
like getting pissed just by looking at it. Like
It's terrible.
it's yeah.
It's one of the worst things I've ever seen with my two eyes.
After we see this picture,
As
I have
a,
an
I
idea
can't
for
see
the
it,
topic.
so-
as a
So,
Star Wars fan, it's one of the worst things.
Is it gonna open?
It could be detrimental if they actually did this ever.
It could mean the end of everything because Ricky will kill everyone. There we go. There it is.
Terrible.
wait for it to pop up.
Yeah, you'll have to wait. But
Oh, God.
once you see it,
I'm like mentally preparing myself for how like horrendous this is going to be.
If you want to see something terrible that's Star Wars related, just look up the Star Wars Christmas special and watch that.
Star Wars people don't have Christmas. They don't have holidays. Everything's unhappy.
They made a TV special, and it's pretty bad.
there's a made-for-TV movie called like Ewoks: The Battle for Endor or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen that, and the
I'm so
Christmas
sorry.
special is way
If that
worse.
happened, if that would have happened, I would have blown Disney up. Like that's all there is to it. Like
Gary can't
Disney,
see it
you
'cause
know,
he's on
you
his phone.
make some good movies, but no, this would just be the end of everything for you.
Well, Zac Efron's actually coming out with some good stuff, but Justin Bieber, I would slice his chest open.
And then Vanessa Hudgens hasn't made anything since she was that whore on High School Musical.
I would slice his chest open literally with a dull knife and rip out both of his lungs.
Yep.
Oh.
But
I hate Justin Bieber that much.
on that note,
It's the
Um,
greatest.
I may make it on
So-
TMZ for that. Fuck.
yep. Watch one of like our only viewers be like one of Justin Bieber's like producers, or whatever. It's like, oh god, he's gonna murder Justin Bieber. We gotta arrest this guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Please
Bust
do
in
it.
this house over here.
Please do it. I dare you.
Oh.
All right. For a not rage-inducing topic.
Whoops.
Impossible.
Well, true. We have Ricky around. Everything pisses Ricky off.
That's right.
But all right. What are you guys hoping for as far as like this plot and story for, and just everything for the new Star Wars movie? Like, what do you think it's gonna go? What do you hope is gonna happen? Like, what are
I'm
you
just-
wanting?
I'm just hoping that the writing is going to be good.
Well, George Lucas is no longer in charge, so I think we can expect something better.
Right. Like, special effects can only carry it so far.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just hope that for a good story, good acting, peppered with action.
I don't even know if I want
Yeah,
to
I'm
watch
sure-
it. Like, I really don't.
I may wait for Blu-ray. I don't know if I'm not sure if I'll go and watch it immediately in theaters.
Dude, I'm going to like because even if it does end up like I'm really hoping it doesn't end up being terrible, but I just couldn't wait, you know, because I don't trust reviews. I hear so many reviews of movies like, oh, this movie is terrible, don't go see it, and I watch it and it's like, what are you talking about? This is awesome.
Right.
So
I think it'll be pretty good because his Star Trek remakes are pretty good.
yeah,
At least I thought they were.
yeah, I like J.J. Abrams. I a lot of his stuff has been really good, so I have pretty high hopes for it. But
Yeah.
and especially since, like I said, George Lucas isn't really in charge anymore, so he can't fuck it up.
Yeah, he took Star Trek and brought it from being like all technical and nerdy to like a more action-based movie.
Yeah.
Like to appeal to a more broad audience.
So yeah, I'm hoping he does good with this. Like, I'm really curious on like what the plot of it's gonna be, because I mean, of course, this is gonna be new Sith or whatever. But I'm really
Right.
curious, like, will the Empire still be around? Because I mean, yeah, they killed the Emperor, but it's not like the whole army is just gonna go, oh, the Emperor's dead, let's just give up. I mean, I wonder if they're gonna keep that around or just start something like completely new. And how far have they said anything about how like long
I'm
after?
sure it'll still be the Empire. There'll probably be someone else that comes,
Yeah.
steps in and takes over.
I'm just kind of wondering if they ever mentioned like how long after Episode 6 this one is going to be set. I think they meant. Did they mention it? I don't remember.
Well, since
I've heard it's
everyone
supposed to be, like,
looks,
years after it.
yeah, since everyone looks so old now, it's got to be years after.
Yeah, I heard it was anywhere from like 20 to 30 years after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find anything.
The one thing I kind of wish they do, now that I've actually thought about it, when it came to 4, 5, and 6, they mainly focused on just the rebels and like the story of Luke and Leia and Han, and they focused on that side of it for the majority. And then like on the newer ones, they focused all about like Anakin changing and all that kind of stuff, and got more into the dark stuff. And so I'm hoping with the new ones that they dive more into the Sith, just because like unless you've read the books about it or like played games or anything else, like no one who's watched the movies really knows a whole lot about what the Sith are.
Yeah.
And, like they probably don't even know that there's actually a Sith race, like that kind of stuff. They're just like, oh, it's just the bad people. Like I want them to dive more into like the whole lineage and like story of the Sith and that kind of stuff. That'd be kind
something.
of cool.
Something I would love to see is kind of like, I guess it would be considered a spin-off, but maybe like just a single movie or maybe a short TV series or something. I would love to see them try to do something with the Darth Bane trilogy of books and make it onto like the screen somehow. That would be amazing, because that would like give a ton of history about the Sith itself, and it would also, well, the Sith like cult, not the race. And then it would also explain like the whole why there can only be one master, one apprentice. It would show like how all that started. I think it'd be really awesome.
Yeah, that would something one of these YouTube guys would come up with most likely.
Yeah, I could see someone making a YouTube series. That would be kind of cool, actually.
Well, they did. They had
should do
talked
it.
about making a television series, but I think they canned that idea.
Darn. Hell, I'd even be happy. Like the animated series for the Star Wars was actually pretty good for the Clone Wars. If they did something like that, even with some of the stuff from the books, like I'd be fine with that. Like I just love to see them on the like translated onto the screen, as long as they don't screw it up.
I hope they make Luke like badass like Yoda was. Like maybe he has advanced that far since they're so old now.
I don't know, because Yoda had like hundreds of years to train. Luke's had like 30.
Right.
Yeah. Plus,
Right.
Yoda is a whatever the hell his species is. I don't know if they've ever stated it anywhere. And apparently he can live to be like 800, 900 just fine. Luke's kind of human, so when he gets like 70,
All over.
yeah.
Right.
Super old.
I mean, how old was Count Dooku? Like,
Ah,
he's
good
like-
point. Because he was still
no.
pretty
Yeah,
badass.
Count Dooku was Yoda's apprentice, wasn't he? At one point.
How
Yeah,
old
but
was
so was a lot of people.
Palpatine?
Hella old.
True. Well,
But see, he kind of
Yeah,
knew how to manipulate the Force with the whole like, oh, I can save people's lives and shit, because like his master
Yeah.
was like able to do that. So maybe he was able to tap into that.
well,
I don't know. He
you
was.
never read the. Go ahead, Gary.
He was the same race as Padme. I can't even Naboo. He was
Yeah.
from Naboo.
The Nabooians? I don't know what you call them.
Yeah. So I
The
don't know if they
Nabonites?
were like. I don't know if
his
their
twin was called
age
Naboo.
was similar to human age or what.
Probably, and that's one thing I actually never really thought of was because they used humans to play all of those different races, but it's like they are actually different races. So, like, is there no, I guess, barrier for like, I'll just go and say having sex with other races? Because I mean, Anakin and Padme, like, they didn't even give a shit that they were from different races, and
Hey, you look
is
like
there
me.
no
Right.
like concerns
do it.
for that kind of stuff? Because on Earth, if there was like an alien species here, I'm pretty sure there'd be some compatibility issues.
So yeah, that means like Luke and Leia could potentially live longer, because we don't know the age restrictions for the people of Naboo. because they're half.
Right.
Yeah.
True, but yeah, I haven't looked up anything.
But
on
wait,
that,
where
so I
was
don't know.
Anakin from? Like,
Tatooine.
was he originally from there though, or he just got traded there?
I'm pretty sure.
For the slaves.
I'm pretty sure he was original. I don't know. You
Don't.
have to look something like that up.
Yeah, no,
I'm pretty
right?
sure he was born there.
But what is the indigenous race on Tatooine?
No one.
The Sand people?
There was like every
those
race
and
there.
Jawas. I
Right.
think.
Jawas.
Well, no, Jawas weren't. I don't think they were
The
indigenous.
Sand
Were they?
people.
I don't even
Yeah,
know.
that's the only. I don't know. Tusken Raiders, those faggots.
Sand people and Jawas.
Like those fucking noises they make.
Shut up. Get out of here.
Hiding in the canyons, like sniping people's pods as they're racing.
Yeah, like why would you do that?
Like-
Like, why are you so angry at the world that you're just gonna? Oh man, I wish I had one of those, but I don't. So I'm gonna ruin it.
I'm gonna take it out on you.
I can't go to town and work and get one.
If I can't have it, no one can.
Freaking petty bastards.
We don't know their life. They, their life could be like horrible. Like they go home, they're like, I hate my life.
We'll do
My wife
something about it."
sucks. Like
Go to work.
my wife's a bitch. Like I have no food.
Go
Like
get some fucking food, you lazy shit. Stop shooting
Well,
potters.
they were
shooting
basically like
foxes.
pirates. You know?
Yes, pirates.
They were
life's
pretty much
awesome.
just pirates.
yeah, pirates have like everything.
Yeah, they have an awesome life. Why
They have
are
like
so
hookers
angry?
and shit.
Yeah.
What they did was just they stole stuff from people and just killed them.
Oh, so they're Vikings.
Oh, kill and pillage. That's what it's all about.
Right.
Raping,
Rape,
pillage.
rape and pillage.
No, it goes pillage, kill, and then rape.
Oh.
In
Like
that
you
order.
see that? That's what was stupid.
Necrophilia.
That's what was stupid about episode 2, the part where he like goes and kills like the whole village of them,
Dogs
and then they
first.
tried to make him feel bad about it.
Yeah.
They kidnapped his mom and killed her. So I mean, why was they trying to make him feel bad about it? You know?
They're
Oh,
Tusken
the whole
Raiders.
thing that.
Like, who
Yeah,
Yeah.
cares?
Jedi's have a code of
Yeah.
honor and etiquette. You know,
Yeah,
don't
but
kill
still.
anything for it.
They're Tusken Raiders. No one cares if they're dead.
That was like the funniest scene to me. It was when his mom died. It was I don't know.
Oh,
The
It was
Wow.
so bad.
you heartless
It was
soul.
it was so badly acted that I couldn't help but like laugh when I saw it.
Ha ha ha! Anakin's mom's dead. What a jackass!
See, everyone hates on Hayden Christensen. I liked Hayden Christensen as Anakin. I can't. I mean, given I can't really picture anyone in that role since I've seen the movies, but I like the first 3 movies. I liked episode 1, 2, and 3.
They should have had Anakin played by The Rock.
Yes,
I like
super
all of them. I like all of them, but I prefer the older movies better.
Like have The Rock as Kid Anakin in episode 1. Like he's a kid then. He's that big. Like
The Rock.
I mean, yeah, I like the older movies probably more. But there's people out there that actually trash the shit out of these movies. Like this is an abomination of Star Wars and everything else. I mean,
I can't wait
like
for them to
these
see
movies.
episode 7.
Yeah, I can't
Right.
wait to see the super.
Those are like
trash on that.
hardcore fanboys that do that.
And like, I liked episode 2 and 3. 1, like it wasn't terrible, but I've had a long discussion about this with Audie before. I'm of the belief that it could not exist, and the series, like the whole Star Wars series, would be better for it because it didn't add anything at all of any value to the story.
Right.
Because like pretty much every new character introduced, except for like the main ones that go through every movie, died in that movie. So why even introduce them? Like
Yeah,
everything that
I-
happened in it was completely pointless.
Right.
Qui-Gon died.
I actually prefer
Yeah.
episode 1 over episode 2.
There is-
Episode 2 to me was a little slow because they were dealing with like all of the politics
Yeah.
and all that, and it got kind of boring there for a while. Like
Plus-
the action scenes and stuff are pretty good, but all of that stuff about where they were talking about everything with the Senate and everything, that was just kind of dull.
Plus,
Like
the
I wasn't
super,
interested in that,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah. And then don't forget the super like cheesy romance that they were doing between Anakin and Padme. It was like the
Right.
worst and most awkward scenes
She was
ever.
like trying to ride that thing out in that field. That was horrible.
I mean, I understand why they had to do a lot of that stuff because like you can't just say suddenly war. You have to lead up to it, but
Yeah,
they just spent way too much time.
could have done it way better.
Yeah.
It was George Lucas trying to do romance, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, it did not at all.
That reminds me. Have you guys seen that commercial with the Klondike bar and the Snickers or whatever? And they like,
Oh yeah.
they're like walking in that room. Have you seen it? Have you seen it, Dylan or Gary?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my god! Like, okay, so it's just this commercial with like you see this Klondike bar and it has like arms and legs and it has like eyes, and then he's in some hospital and all of a sudden like this nurse like walks in, but it's like a Snickers or something, and it's got like
1970s porn music.
yeah, it's like supposed to be like a porn, and like she walks in and he's like his eyes get like real big. And she's like, "Oh, let me help you." And it's like, "Oh, chicka wow, wow, chicka wow." And then it like shows this guy and this girl at the supermarket, like, and the girl's like, "Yeah, I don't think that's how they're made." And it's like the new Klondike whatever bars, and like the best thing ever conceived. That's what it says. I was like cracking up the first time I
Wow.
saw it.
But see, the thing with me is it really seemed like episode 1 through 3 was, I guess it was intended to be centered around Anakin and his transformation into Darth Vader. But they
Yeah,
could
right.
it could have branched off into more of everyone else's story, because that's the only problem I had with it. I mean, it's just, at the same time, it's why I like it, because Anakin's probably my favorite character. But Anakin, 1 through 3 was centered around Anakin and his growing up, becoming a Jedi, his transformation, and then you move on to 4, 5, and 6 where he dies. And to me, they could have did a little bit more Qui-Gon Jinn, because Qui-Gon Jinn is very important to the Star Wars universe. He's very important, whether they believe it or not. But you only see him in episode 1, he dies.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's one
Yeah.
reason that I think the super nerds hate episode 1 through 3 is because when we watch it, we already know what's going to happen. Like, we saw 4, 5, and 6. It's a prequel. So, like, we already know the story. Like, we already know what's, like, there's nothing like, oh my god, I never expected him to go bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no surprise.
Yeah.
You didn't know what to expect on 4, 5, and 6. You're like, holy shit, this is brand new. And then 1, 2, 3,
Well,
you're like, I
one
know
thing-
exactly what's gonna happen.
One thing that they kind of ruined in the prequel was the Force. Like they
Midichlorians.
tried, they thought they felt the need to explain how it worked, but it was like this mysterious thing you didn't know about in the older movies, and it made it seem more cool to me, like it was some awesome power that they learned,
No,
Yep,
bad.
And not-
another.
and not microorganisms that they were born with in their
They
body.
should have just stuck with the
It's magic.
Almanistic approach to it. It's just the
Yeah.
Force is just whatever surrounds us, and some people have the ability to control it.
Right? Yeah, it seemed a lot cooler when it was explained that way over the scientific method that they used in the new ones.
Yeah, that was another one of the many points about why I believe that the episode 1 just should not exist, and it would make the whole series better. Like that, because the midichlorian thing is just stupid, and it never gets mentioned again, like ever, in episode 2,
Right.
3, 4, 5, or 6. It's just they mention that one time, they try to science it away, realize they piss people off, and then they try to hide it. Forget that they did
Right.
it.
You didn't
Like,
piss me off.
So
Midichlorians,
that
what
was
are you talking about?
yeah. It's like it was completely stupid and pointless. And then like a lot of the other stuff, like this is me kind of going on a rant, but we really need to see Anakin as a kid? Because like he's super happy-go-lucky, super genius, whatever as a kid, and then when you see him the first time you see him in episode 2, he's already like dark, brooding, pissed off teen. Nothing about what he was in episode 1 had any bearing at all on episode 2. Other than the fact that you got to see that he used to be a slave and his mom was still a slave. Like that's the only thing that carried over. Which you could have explained that with just like a single line of dialogue saying, where his mother is, and I'm worried about her still being a slave on Tatooine or whatever. That would have done just as much as the entire first movie of setting that up.
I don't know about that.
Like,
I think they should have started when he was a teen.
yeah, episode 1 just feels, and
Either
a lot of
that, or they
Darth
should've-
Maul was badass, but
Yeah,
like,
either
at the
that or
same
they
time-
should have started like way earlier than that if they were gonna do that.
What they should have
Yeah.
done was took episode 1 and episode 2 and combined them. Like, have it to where he grows up from like stage to stage type of thing. So we see him and the whole slave thing, and then we see him go through up to a teenager, and you can just eliminate all the politics part of 2
Like
and
Lion
put all
King?
that in there instead.
Like the Lion King.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. So they should have just combined those two and like made it cooler.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like I said, I don't hate episode 1. I do just think it was unnecessary, and I think they could have done so much more like better stuff if they wouldn't have had it.
Right.
Because they could have expanded on like stuff about Obi-Wan. They could have expanded about they could have had Qui-Gon in episode 2 and done more with him.
Mm-hmm.
They could have done so much if they just started with episode 2.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing with the war that was trying to start, even it wasn't even a war, the whole thing with the Trade Federation invading Naboo did nothing in episode 2. It was like, oh, that's done and gone. We just don't trust the Trade Federation anymore. You could just start episode 2 with them being like the people that no one likes because they're warmongers or whatever. It's like everything that happened in episode 1 was pointless other than, hey, we found Anakin. Qui-Gon wanted to train him. No one else did. Qui-Gon's last wish was for Obi-Wan to train him. There you go. Like, you don't need a whole movie to do that. And also, then we wouldn't have to suffer through Jar Jar Binks.
Right.
Easy.
And episode 3 should have been Anakin as Darth Vader, like through the whole movie in the full suit and everything.
I don't know. I mean,
Instead of the last few minutes of the movie, you know.
although I mean, honestly, I did really like that final fight between him and Obi-Wan. That was that was super cool. Getting to see
Right.
because first of all, that was like I think the single coolest fight in the entire Star Wars movies, and it was also like that whole. You got to see that whole emotional thing, like, you know, they used to be brothers, best friends, whatever, and now they're having to try to kill each other, which you couldn't really see if he was already, like, in the suit and had all of his limbs cut off already. Like, first of all, the fight wouldn't be near as epic because, I mean, it's even said that Vader is a lot slower and not as good at fighting as he used to be, just because he's missing 2 legs and an arm, and technically both arms are robotic at that point. So it's
Right.
like, I don't know, you would have missed that whole like emotional epic battle if he'd been Darth Vader the entire time.
That's
I
true.
concur. Your point was stupid, Gary. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Yeah, now I want to get on YouTube and watch that fight. I'm gonna have to do that after this is over.
You will not. I don't care what you do.
Remember that Darth Maul game that I showed you guys? Off topic, but
Oh
I
yeah,
want to play it. I still want to play it, even though it's not real. It doesn't exist.
What is it?
Did I not show you that? There's a Darth Maul game.
I think I've heard of that, or I saw it somewhere.
Like, I'll play it again on here. But go ahead and say whatever you guys want. I'm gonna add that.
That 1313 game was supposed to be centered around Boba Fett.
yeah. Then they changed it to be about just like 2 random people, and then it just got scrapped altogether.
Yeah.
There was actually a game about Jango Fett on the PS2, I think is what it was.
Oh, was it Star Wars?
That-
I have it. It's
Star
a
Wars
Bounty Hunter.
Bounty Hunter, yeah. That one it wasn't bad. Like, I don't know. I don't remember a whole lot about it. I remember thinking there were some parts that were kind of weird, but it was still a
Right.
pretty good game.
I haven't even played it yet.
Like, some of the stuff that happened in it just doesn't make sense as far as the rest of the canon goes, but oh well. That was another thing. Like, Jango Fett should have been way more badass than he actually was in episode 2. Like, I mean, I guess he's technically did more than Boba Fett ever did, because at least he, you know,
Right.
got actually killed a few Jedi in like the huge massive battle in episode 2, where Boba Fett got knocked into a Sarlacc pit by a blind guy with a
See,
stick.
I've never understood what the big hoopla is about Boba Fett ever.
Me neither. Like, I don't know why there's so many people that like
The
it.
only
he-
thing is,
yeah, he
he
looks
looks
cool.
badass. That was it.
Yeah, it's the way he looks. He looks cool.
Because I mean, and in the expanded universe stuff, like they made him pretty badass, but in the movies, he was terrible.
But when I see
Oh,
like,
and the ship is cool too.
Yeah.
like the super fanboys are like, oh, the Boba Fett limited edition. What the fuck is this action figure? I can't wait to get it. I guess it is because it looks cool. But like, I never understood what the big hoopla was about Boba Fett. He's one of the most recognizable guys in, you know, the Star Wars movies.
And he dies like
Instantly.
horribly.
Like,
By getting knocked into a Sarlacc by a blind guy, basically. Like, Han Solo couldn't see crap when he did that. He just smacked him with a stick, and oh, there he goes.
Did the like Wilhelm scream or whatever it was? Like the famous,
the
you know.
Yeah, got a
stock
little bit long
scream.
I just never understood it.
Like, see, I would love to play this game. You get to play as Darth Maul. Like, come on. Like, why not?
Dude. I really didn't like what they did with him in the Clone Wars animated series. Like, did any of you guys ever watch that?
I've only seen a few of them. I
Like,
haven't seen very many of them.
well, spoilers, I guess, if anyone cares. Does anyone care if I spoil stuff?
Yes.
I already know
No.
what
No, I'm
happens.
just kidding. I don't
Yeah.
care. Go ahead.
But like, what ends up happening is he survived the fight at the end of episode 1, like somehow, even though he was cut in half, and he gets like mechanical legs attached to like the bottom of him, and then he just like he was completely broken after that, like just completely insane. And then they had this huge arc where they had like Darth Maul's brother, Savage Opress, I think was his name, who gets trained by, I don't remember, I think it was Asajj Ventress or whatever, and then he goes and finds Darth Maul, like restores his mind, and then he goes looking for Obi-Wan to get revenge or whatever. And yeah, I mean he's pretty badass at fighting, but I just like I don't know, I felt like it really kind of like fan service more than anything. Like, oh, everyone loves Darth Maul, and we have to find a way to bring him back, even though he got cut in half. It's like, dude, just leave him dead. But I don't know. It did lead to an awesome battle where we actually get to see Darth Sidious being a badass lightsaber fighter. Because like in the movies, he couldn't really do much because like the guy who was playing him, I don't know the actor's name. He was old. He couldn't really do a lot of this fancy like stunts that everyone else could. So like they didn't get to show how badass of a fighter he actually is. And the animated thing though, he kicks the shit out of Darth Maul and Savage Opress at the same time without even trying. Like it's ridiculous. Bad. Like you need to show him that video after this.
It's bad.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I never saw that.
I'll see if I can find
You
it.
should. Yeah.
Oh, I thought
let me
Darth
see.
Sidious was trash. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Because I don't venture out all that much further from the movies, so I haven't really read much.
Here's a link. But yeah, it's. I don't know. I like the expanded universe stuff. I like a lot of the stuff that's set way before the movies, though. Like, you know, Knights of the Old Republic series was amazing. The Darth Bane stuff was awesome, and even stuff just right before the movie started. Like, I read the Darth Plagueis novel, which was really cool. Like, I don't know. I like it a lot, but I'm a huge Star Wars nerd and just nerd in general, so I read that kind of stuff.
Okay, we are.
You should, if you haven't already, you should read the trilogy. I remember the author's name now. It's Timothy Zahn, I think. And
Go ahead.
he wrote a trilogy that happens after Return of the Jedi.
Is that the one where Grand Admiral Thrawn takes over?
Yes.
Yeah. I've never read that. I just know that a lot of the fans of the Expanded Universe thought Thrawn was like one of the most badass characters ever added.
Right.
So it's like,
he
I'm
was
kinda curious why.
He was the main character in the TIE Fighter game also.
Oh,
Done.
very simple.
But yeah, it's a really good trilogy.
I need to try to find those then.
I don't remember the names of the individual books. But yeah, it's Timothy Zahn.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure.
I think they're watching the video.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
See, already he's doing more than I've ever seen him do in any of the movies.
Exactly.
Just by him like choking people.
That's why he's like my least favorite Sith out of all the movies. I mean, there's only 4, but he's like my least favorite because anything he does, he's just talking under his hood. You've done well, things like that.
Yeah. In the Expanded Universe, though, he's like the most insanely overpowered like character in the entire series. Basically, he's practically immortal thanks to all of his stupid clone bodies. He has all of these abilities that can just decimate huge areas at the same time. It's crazy. There was one ability, I don't remember what the fuck it was called, but let me look this up. Because I remember reading it, I was like, okay, that's just not even fair. Let me see here. Oh, nope, that did not do what I meant.
He sure so looked like a bitch against Mace Windu in episode 3. I like that.
Yep.
Mace Windu was
I
great.
think in that he lost on purpose to force Anakin to like try to help him.
Yeah, I know, but
I think
He's still
that or I mean, he was fighting Samuel L. Jackson. Like, you don't fuck with that guy.
That's true. He's got the power of motherfucker.
Mace Windu is a sick bastard with a lightsaber. He's just one of the best Jedis I've ever.
See, look at this. He's like taking them both on,
Yep.
like it's easy.
Yep, flipping around like it.
Yeah, he's
I
like.
love how he fights like Yoda,
Yeah, pretty much.
only not 2 feet tall.
Very, very simple for him. See, if he would have been more like this, he would have been cooler.
Yep.
No, all he does is sit under his hood.
Yeah, there's so much stuff in the expanded universe that makes characters way cooler than they like ever were in the movies. It's kind of sad. Where the fuck is the content list?
Would you guys be against having them remake episodes 4, 5, and 6
Yes.
with newer graphics?
Yeah.
They did that already.
I'm not talking about the
Sure.
Blu-ray ones. I'm talking about completely redo it, like all the way. Like don't use anything from the older ones. I think it'd be cool to see an adaptation, like a newer. Because I feel like the old ones, like even though they've got good story, they drag on forever. Like I don't know. They're like boring to watch after a while for me.
To me, it's the opposite. That's how the episode 1 and 2 are for me.
They're just it's just
Like
like a lot
episode
of
3 is
time.
good. Episode 3 is good, but episode 1 and 2 drag for me.
Okay,
Like
here's
I don't get bored watching the older ones.
yeah. Alright, here's what I was looking for about how stupidly powerful Sidious was in the expanded universe. He's the only known being capable of producing a force storm of his own power, a dark side technique which he himself discovered, and that had enough power to kill an entire world.
Never used it.
And using his anger and his will, he was able to rip the space-time continuum and create a hyperspace wormhole just by himself.
Never uses it.
He doesn't do anything in the movies.
Yeah, like he's a beast in everything but the movies.
And then Vader picks him up and throws him off a ledge, and he dies.
Oh, done.
Right.
And another thing it says, by the time of his final death, he had become a nexus of the dark side capable of tearing apart the fabric of space. Why was he not a badass in the movies?
If he was that powerful, then why the fuck did he die so easy?
Get shat on in every movie. In every movie.
No, wait! Someone lifted me up over their head. My only weakness.
They found it.
Like really?
Oh, they found it.
You figured it out. Like seriously. That
was a pretty cool video, though.
He like raped them
Destroyed Darth Maul.
easily.
Yep.
In fact,
Simplistic. It's it's very simple to me to destroy you.
so here's something off topic. I got the complete. Like I don't even know what you would call that. It wasn't the first. It's like season 1, season 2,
The complete Mighty Morphin
and
Power
season
Rangers.
3 of
Pre-Zeo.
yeah, everything pre-Zero of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, like collector's edition, along with the Power Rangers movie.
Sweet.
And we watched some of it, and we were like, "Oh my god!"
Talk
This is-
about
Dude,
this.
the original Power Rangers were so much better than like all of the other ones.
Talk about nostalgia.
It was freaking Smurf.
It's like, I remember going back and watching some of those, and it's like, yeah, these are super cheesy, but they're still way better than the crap that they came out with, like now. Whatever, Power Rangers season 5 million or whatever they're on.
It has like
I liked it up to space.
it has like a bonus DVD too, and it has like all these cool features. Like we were watching this thing where it's just like behind the scenes of like how they ended up making the series in the first place, and like all the shit they had to do to go through, because they were like, it's obviously the Japanese stuff, and they had to like make it sync up with like the stuff they were gonna film, and like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And they were talking about like they there was an interesting fact. I was like, oh man, that's crazy. They had the animated Batman series on at the time in '92, and it was on at 4:30 is what they said, and they said they had Power Rangers at like 7:30 a.m. on like a weekday, like or a weekend, like a Saturday, and they said after like because they didn't want to like boot Batman out of the way because it was doing really well, and so they put it on like early in the morning, and then after the second week of it airing, its ratings and views were already over Batman. Second week.
Yeah.
And so they were like, oh, and then they like booted
Whoops.
Batman out of the way, put Power Rangers at 4:30.
Yep.
They were
was
like,
Batman
wow,
the
we did not think this was gonna happen.
And I love Batman the animated series, but I love Power Rangers more.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny how many Japanese series are similar to Power Rangers, like through the years. Like they had like 2 different Voltrons, and that was so similar to how the Power Rangers are,
Yeah.
with the same colors and like the big mechs and everything. And then like when I was a kid, there was a Japanese TV show called Ultraman, and he was
I've
like
actually
normal
heard of
size,
that.
but he could grow to like huge size and fight these big monsters.
I've actually heard of that.
Godzilla.
Ultraman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Godzilla was real big when I was a kid too.
Yeah, I remember when Power Rangers came out, like when it was getting really big, that there's things coming out later that followed the same mold of Power Rangers, like the VR Troopers, the
Right.
freaking Big Bag Beetle Wargs. I love that. That was awesome. And there's this other show called Mystic Knights of Tamara or something. They're just regular knights, but they got like
Wait a minute.
super powered armors.
Wait a minute. I think I remember that.
You remember?
I think I remember
It
that.
was like medieval Power Rangers.
Yeah. I think me and Randy used to watch that. Like, I couldn't remember what that was called. Yeah.
Not Star Wars anymore.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I mean, it's whatever. I don't care if it pertains to Star Wars or not, dude. Power Rangers is the
not
shit.
Star Wars. But yeah, I used to watch that show a whole lot.
Yeah, I remember me and Randy used to watch that like on the weekends. Like we'd wake up and I completely forgot about that. I wish I had that. I gotta find it and buy it.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that the other day when we were talking about when we were getting ready to record, or we were just talking about Power Rangers, I guess. And I was thinking about that. I was like, that freaking Mystic Knight show was pretty cool.
It was badass.
And they're all British because they were all freaking medieval. It was just weird. But
So
I liked
Dylan,
it.
Yo.
me and Ricky, mainly Ricky because I'm just there for support, but Ricky's been training, doing speed runs,
Nice.
and it's gonna blow your face off when you see him.
It was-
Nice.
It's painfully obvious. You have no interest in speed.
Jet
runs.
set.
Yep.
We found like some skips and
Aw,
stuff.
Yeah.
There's so
There's
many
glitches.
freaking things I didn't know.
And we're like learning them and trying them out, and like we've gotten them to work, and like they'll
Oh.
save like
World record.
15-20 minutes.
Better be ready
Yeah.
for Ricky.
Pretty much. It's gonna happen.
Like there's this glitch where you skip the entire sewer area, except for the bottom point where you have to play tag or tag with Poison Jam.
What?
You skip that
No.
entire part.
Wow. Bullshit.
Not kidding. I thought it was bullshit too, but I did it.
Yeah, we kept trying it and it wouldn't work at first, and we're like, man, they're hacking. This isn't working. And then he did it one time, and we like flipped shit.
The entire fucking part. I don't have to spray any switches. I don't have to climb any towers. All I have to do is go in the room and whoop Poison Jam's ass.
Like the gate isn't even there. You just walk in there and just go
Cheating.
straight through it. Like
Cheating.
And I does
in the
Poison
best
Jam off
ways.
in like 2 minutes now, so all through
Nice.
it.
it's terrible. And there's another one with Clutch. You know how like when Clutch appears, you just gotta like try and find him. Like you wait for him pretty much to like stand still. Well, not anymore.
Yeah, you know, we used to wait for him at Chuo Street, right?
I don't remember a lot of the names of places. It's been so long.
Yeah, it's Chuo Street, but it's Chuo Street. But you know how he's like running around. DFS K says he's at Kyuboka Hill first. Normally, if you go and try and to go to Kyuboka Hill, as soon as you get in there, Golden Rhinos are lighting you up with machine guns immediately. And the
Yep.
part where he's at is blocked off. So if you want to get up there, you'd have to kill him, But if you most time after you're done killing him, he's already gone. What you do is you get right in the queue of Bucket Hill, but you have to have the save point already sprayed and open. You go in the queue of Kaboka Hill.
And they're like lighting you up as you're
They're
walking in
lighting
there.
you up. You press start on the save point, change characters, they're gone.
And Clutch is just standing there
And
like, hey, what's up?
And Clutch is there, and you get him up. I'm sorry if you're still in your confused, I'll help you, sorry.
And then you just leave.
And then you go to Fortified
Cheating.
Residential Zone. Another at least 5 minutes saved.
Oh, yeah.
At least.
Wow. All of this cheating.
That's like legit. And because you are like right there, you can get to the Fortified Residential Zone like way quicker.
Yeah, I'm like 30 seconds, done.
It's like, there you go. Just saves so much time. So yeah, we've been doing that, like watching other people speedrun it and like figuring out new tactics and everything. It's getting crazy.
Nice.
So he's gonna perfect it and go for like we're gonna submit it to Speed Demos Archive once we get like good runs going because right now there's not even a run submitted
Wow, really?
for real.
I'm kind of surprised. They have like every game on
Yeah,
there.
they have Jet Grind Radio, but not Future.
Yeah, we did one last week, and my time was, what was it? On the game timer,
was 3:59
4:22, but
real
it was
time.
3:59. When I did it again, I shaved an hour off.
Yep. An hour.
Literally an hour, dude.
What's like the best record you've seen looking at other videos and stuff?
2:03.
Yep, 203.
2 or 3.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. My best time
Wow.
and my peak was like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, like 230, 240, somewhere in there. But now that we know all the skips, and once he like gets it down, he'll be getting closer. He'll be getting into at least like the 215, 210 range.
Wow, dude, that's gonna be amazing.
I know.
Yeah.
And so like, if we just keep watching
I
that
need to
guy
find a game
speedrun,
speedrun now, damn
and
it.
figuring it out, then we're gonna get all the records. I'm about to start doing my pro ones for Resident Evil 4, and then start to do new game for those.
I was talking about speedrunning Fable, but there's so much shit on that you have to do.
I wonder if
Yeah.
there's a record for that already on SDA
Probably.
or something.
Like even if
It's
you
like,
if you try to
Maybe.
speedrun Fable, you can't really have fun with it. Like,
no, not at all. That's like on the Xbox.
so that's the whole point of Fable, is to go out and do the side quests.
Hey, there
and
is
that.
an hour and 37 minutes.
They're a piece of
What?
shit.
Best time single segment, hour and 37 minutes.
There's no way they can kiss my ass.
I turn
right
off
there.
subtitles so I can skip through conversations faster. Turning off tutorials and tooltips helps get rid of some random tutorial info. I change sneak to control and change F3. Oh, he's doing it on the computer. What? Or so,
Oh.
what? F3. What? I click Xbox, but I don't know. Huh. That's kind of cool, I guess.
I don't believe that for a second.
But yeah, you two, like Gary and Dylan, both need to start speedrunning something.
I think he's cheated,
Well, all speedrunners kind of cheat.
but he's super
Skips.
cheating. You don't beat that game in an hour and a half.
You could do Knights of the Old Republic faster than 2 hours and 5 minutes, right, Dylan?
Wait, what? No, hell no. Dude, I barely beat Korriban in under an hour.
How about the Old Republic 2 in under an hour and 56 minutes?
How?
I don't even remember that game.
You could do Jedi Academy in under 59 minutes, right?
That one is possible. Potentially. Because I could see a lot of like easy cheats with just jumping around and over stuff.
Sonic
And
Heroes.
it's
in
probably a
an hour and
glitchy
11.
game where you could just go through a lot of walls
They
too.
say Shadow the Hedgehog in 18 minutes.
Yeah, it does.
Dude,
Right.
that game is so shitty.
Phantasy Star Online, 2 hours and 3 minutes.
I don't see
Okay,
how
I've-
that happened either.
No, if it's episode like 1, fuck that, no. They're cheating somehow horribly.
Yeah, because it took us forever to beat that. With two
Hacked
of us.
weapons or something.
With two
Although
of
if
us,
they
it
have
took
hacked
forever.
weapons, then it'd be easy because you kill everything on one hit.
You can't have hacked weapons.
I had a lot of hacked weapons in the game.
But not for speedrunning.
Not for speedrunning.
True.
It's bull crap. They're full of shit.
Cheaters.
They just put, oh, I'm going to
Was that-
say I beat it this time.
Was that the PC version?
Oh, that was Xbox.
Was that the PC version? Xbox.
I need to find that game. Nancy, sorry, I haven't played it in a while.
You need to do Ghouls and Ghosts, Gary.
Atari Jaguar.
There's not even a.
I need to
record
do
on
goals
Speed-
and cuffs.
There's not even a record on Speedrunners Archive. You could totally have it.
I hate that.
Yeah, but
game.
it's so hard.
I hate it.
The game.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like, I just can't think of any game that I like enough to play that much, that often, to like be able to speedrun it.
Right?
Jet Set was an obvious choice.
The clear choice
But
for Ricky.
Yeah.
Like,
it's the only game I play the shit out of besides Fable, probably.
and see, that's why RE4 was the clear choice for me, just because like I would play it so much. Like,
But I really don't see.
Fable Anniversary came out not too long ago.
Yeah, I have it.
Do you have it?
Yep.
Is it pretty good?
Yeah, I like it. He just combines Fable and Fable Lost chapters in one game, but I like it a lot.
Did they like totally redo the graphics, or is it just like an HD?
Yeah, it's completely
Okay.
almost redone. Everyone looks different now.
Okay. That's cool.
It's kind of weird for me because I'm not used to the freaking Guildmaster looking the way he does now.
Hmm.
He looks completely different.
it's kind of like on Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. Like when you go see Captain Keys, you're like, "Who the fuck are you?" Because you're not Captain Keys. Like when I saw him the first time, I was like, "What? Who are you? Like, get out of here!" It's like, what is this?
We've gone over an hour. Do you want to? What do you want to do? Keep going or like end it?
You're the host.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're in charge, dude. Like I'm not making a decision. I could talk for ever.
Yeah,
I'll probably
3
have to
hours like
get
we did
off.
last time.
We can definitely.
I'll probably have to leave here in just a few minutes because I think we're fixing to eat dinner.
All right, we can go ahead and cut it then, and meet back here for a topic. We can continue our topic of speedruns.
Speedrun.
Well, we could. Something that a lot of podcasters do for like video games is they'll like end it with like what they're playing. Like,
What do
you know what I'm saying?
What do you say?
Like, what have you been playing?
Well, Jet Set
What have you
Radio
been
Future.
playing recently?
Jet Set Radio Future. That's about it right now. I've also been playing WWE 2K14 because I'm an epic wrestling fan. But mostly Jet Set Radio Future.
I just remember at the Commons, like every day, you can hear that game going.
Right.
I can't believe this is no disqualification match.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
The other day I was playing WWE 13 and it's the Attitude Era mode, and freaking Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler are the freaking commentators, and all I did was punch somebody. This is exactly what happened. All I did was punch, and JR goes, "Just picture me punching someone. Well, somebody stop the damn match!" Like the commentary was just like
Like you
glitched
did
up,
something horrible.
like was glitched up or something. All I did was throw one like light jab. Will somebody stop the damn match?
Yep.
It's like you pull out a taser or something.
Yeah.
Like
It was. I had to pause it, and laugh for a minute. That hardly ever happens to me either, where I have to actually pause and laugh when I'm by myself. Like,
oh
shit, that
god.
crap was funny. So, what's everyone else playing at the moment?
Well, last night, me and my daughter Lauren, we played Super Smash Brothers Melee,
Impossible.
and we also played Mario Kart Double Dash.
Good, both good choices.
And I've been playing like a little bit of Sega Saturn, like a couple of shoot 'em ups.
Sega
Like one's
Saturn.
called, yeah,
It's painfully obvious.
Hey,
you have
don't
no
laugh.
interest.
one's called Galactic Attack. The other is Dodonpachi. They're both really fun.
There's no way.
Sega Saturn.
So that's pretty much all.
Sega Saturn.
I'm trying to
What's
think
wrong
of
with Sega Saturn?
nothing.
No, then I
We
was
were
just messing with you.
Yeah. We're just being douche asses.
It's not like you're playing Atari Jaguar or something.
I'm the Atari Jaguar. I'm 64 bits. Yeah, it's 64 bit. Get the fuck out of here. I can't even remember the last game I played. I guess Combat
Resident
Evolved
Evil
Anniversary
4.
was the last game I played. because I was.
It was Resident Evil 4, right?
Yep. You got it. But no, it seriously was Combat
Because
Evolved
that's like
Anniversary.
all you play.
Well, I'm sorry,
That's like
Gary.
all you play. Mark.
I'm so sorry that that's all I play. I'm so sorry. I'll just not play it anymore. I suck at it.
Yep.
What's the video game you're
Just
playing?
break the disc.
When you're not in your working stages.
Wait, do what? Sorry, I couldn't hear you because of Gary's.
When you're not working, what games are you playing? I don't know why.
No, with that attitude, no. I've been playing Titanfall and Arkham Origins.
Gay. I'm just kidding.
Yep.
Uber homo.
I say next week we go over speedruns again, and I say a good topic is very, very bad video games. That's always a fun
shit.
video game topic to talk about. 'Cause
Terrible
I have a lot to
video
say
games.
about that.
Ricky Rant version 2.0.
I can't wait.
Well, we already know what the worst game of all time is, according to Ricky. Star Wars Obi-Wan.
Star Wars Obi-Wan, and then Sydney Olympics 2000.
The City 2000.
I literally do not believe someone will pay money for that.
And David did.
we need to get Mark in this and talk about Super Meat Boy.
You couldn't pay me to take Sydney Olympics 2000 off your hands. You couldn't. Hey, will you take this game and $5? No, I will not take that game and $5. I will not take it in a box. I will not take it with a fox. That is the worst game I've ever fucking played. Besides Star Wars Obi-Wan.
The shittiest part
Yeah.
about Obi-Wan was the fact you had to use both sticks. That was stupid.
Yeah.
You're like hitting X, B, Y. What do I use? What do I do? How can I hit him? I think you use the other stick. What?
Stupid.
Yeah.
Trash.
Those are not the two worst games I've ever played. I've played some pretty bad ones.
May God have mercy on your soul.
I played Sinistar. Sinistar was also troubling and gave me a few nightmares.
Yeah, that one wasn't so much a terrible game as like it just never told you what you actually had to do to not die.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I actually played that up at the convention.
I am Sinistar.
You saw me play that, Austin.
I don't remember it.
Did you try it also?
I don't remember it.
Where you just like flying around in that little spaceship and this like big face is like constructing itself?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sinistar.
I remember that shitty game now.
The Sinister Star. Sinistar.
Yeah.
Stupid.
It made me like question my gaming career. Looking at it. No, not that bad.
It's not bad, but like once that face like gets built, he just like comes on the screen and like eats your ship.
Yep. Can't do anything
Basically
about it.
Andros. Like
Right.
Yep,
Can't do
that was
anything.
like terrifying back in the day because like
It would, like
he would just
scream.
like say and he's like, "You oh well, he's coming,"
Right.
Whoops.
pretty sure.
and
that's
you
what
know
your
there's
mom
nothing
said
you
last
can do
night.
about it.
No weapons, nothing. Nothing at all. You just die. You just get to fly around for a little bit, and then Sinistar comes and eats you. That's the point of the game.
The point of the game is to die.
Yep. That's the whole point of the game. You get to have a little bit
Well,
of fun flying around.
I think you're supposed to destroy him, but I don't think I ever have.
We
Like,
didn't either.
Figured out many years later how to, but it's still fucking hard as hell.
Yeah.
Like, and what do you do?
I
when you
never
beat
played it that
Sinistar?
much.
Like,
That's
when
the
you
game.
beat him, is it over? Like,
The game just goes black.
because that's the only stage.
It probably
there
just
is.
goes to the next level.
How can it be another level? You blew him off.
Credits.
That's just how those old school games are.
Yeah, true.
Dun, 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 dun. Just comes up like
Oh,
there it is.
I'd be so mad.
Game over. I just paid $20 for this.
I can't believe this shit.
Do I hear Lauren in the background?
Yeah.
Did she like that little pet shop thing that I threw in your room that one day?
Yeah, she likes it. She's like, where'd this come from? I said, Austin brought it.
She just said the Tooth Fairy.
Right.
She would have believed
It
it.
just appeared.
It appeared. It just
A little pet
materialized.
shop penguin appeared.
Yeah.
Materialize.
Yep. The LPS guides
Right.
you liked LPS and made it for you. So here we go.
All right. Well, we should probably go ahead and.
All right, fellas.
And
Next
it's-
week, speedruns and terrible video games. Done.
All right.
Yeah.
Done. I can't get. All right.
Yep, that's broken. It's broke.
Oh, that's how you do
All right, everybody. Is anybody gonna say anything before we log off?
The fuck?
Well, considering I already stopped it because I thought that was the end, I'm gonna guess.
Oh,
not.
okay. You stopped it already. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here.